More than 2 years after the Titan submersible's deadly final voyage, this morning the U.S. Coast Guard released its final report on the implosion that killed 5 people, including Oceangate CEO Stockton Rush.
KIRO 7's Eric Thomas shares their findings.
It made international headlines back in June of 2023. Now the new and final report lays blame largely on effort-based Oceangate for inadequate design, certification, maintenance, and inspection process for the Titan, which was not registered, certified, or inspected by any recognized organization, concluding that, quote, a false sense of safety and security was created by Mr. Rush through his misrepresentation of the Titan's safety, achieved by falsely claiming substantial safety margins, misleading mission specialists regarding testing procedures, and exaggerating the number of hull test drives for the final Titan hull. The Coast Guard says the tragedy was, quote, preventable, and the probable failure point was either an adhesive joint connecting 2 parts of the Titan or the carbon fiber hull. The report also identified 8 key factors and several other contributors, including inadequate design and testing procedures, failure to conduct an analysis to determine the expected lifespan of the Titan's hull, over-reliance on a real-time monitoring system, as well as a continued use of Titan after a series of compromising incidents, a failure to properly investigate previous mishaps, and a failure to properly store or maintain the Titan during the off-season. The report shows it took the crew coordinating the Titan's dive more than 7 hours to tell authorities it was missing. The crew received final communication at 10:47 a.m. local time, seconds after the Coast Guard's Marine Board of Investigation determined the sub had already imploded. And about 2 minutes later, an Oceangate employee said they lost track of the submersible. After the report was released, an Oceangate spokesperson offering their condolences to the victims' families and saying, quote, after the tragedy occurred, the company permanently wound down operations and directed its resources fully towards cooperating with the Coast Guard's inquiry. The MBI also says there's evidence of a potential criminal offense, seaman's manslaughter, and if Stockton Rush had survived, it would have referred it to the Department of Justice. On top of that, the report also pointing out the lead-up to the incident was fueled by a toxic workplace environment, which, quote, leveraged intimidation tactics, allowances for scientific operations, and the company's favorable reputation to evade regulatory scrutiny. Now, the claims included firing or threatening staff members to discourage other employees and contractors from speaking out about safety concerns. And as you can see here in my hands, this report, it is hefty, 335 pages, but the National Transportation Safety Board is also investigating and will make its own probable cause determination.